Hey everybody, it's Chris Load here, and in this screencast, I'm going to do a continuation of the assignments feature on the portal class websites. So the last screencast we showed you how to make the assignment in the assignments section of your class website. Now we're going to look at what happens when a student actually starts working on it from the portal. So here's the summary of the assignments that you would have, and you can see not much is happening with the assignment. No students have logged in or accessed it on the portal. So to show you the student view, I'm going to log in with a different browser. I have, as a teacher, I've logged in using Safari, but with the student view, I'm going to go in to Chrome, and I'm going to log in as my fake student in Chrome and look at that view, just so I don't have to log in and out all the time. And so here's the students portal, and there's the students' classes, and you can see here test class 2, the little note saying the haiku poem is due in 4 days. So as a student, I'm going to click on that. There's the class home page, and then click on the assignments, and there's the haiku poem assignment. I click on that, and up here gives me a little bit of info on the assignment, and then down below here is where I can do my work. So I can start new here. If I've done it on my computer, I can drag and drop or insert as attachments, but I'm going to click on this new option, or the button down here where it says new. Come on. And within that, I get 3 options. I can make a Word, Excel, or PowerPoint presentation. And these applications are built into the portal, so a student doesn't need to have these apps or this software at home. It's all built into the portal. So I'm going to click on the Word document and make a Word document. Make a title. I've done this a few times, so haiku poem 2. Say okay. And then up on my screen we'll have my Word Online feature. So haiku poem 2. I don't know. This is based on a charcoal darkness and velvet. Oops. My soul. Whoops. Soul. Shivers to the bone. Frozen midnight. There we go. All right, so as a student, I've finished that. I'm going to exit out of here, so go to File and Exit. This will automatically save that file in here. So there's my haiku poem 2. Now I can turn it into my teacher. Now, before I do that, I want to go back to the teacher view. I'm going to refresh my teacher view, and I'm going to, in my listing here, I can see, oh, someone's already started a draft. Hasn't turned it in, but a draft has been started. And I can even see a little more detail as to who that is. So you can see here that it's still in draft form and by elementary student number 2. So I'm going to go back to the student view, and as a student I'm going to say, okay, my first crack at it, this is a draft only, and I'm going to get some feedback from my teacher, because we can send these documents back and forth between the teacher and the student. So I'm going to turn it in as the student. And then over on the teacher side, if I refresh the teacher page, you can see now, oh yes, it's been turned in, and it was a few seconds ago. I'm going to have a look at it. So the teacher clicks on there, has a look at this. I can just click on the preview, do a quick preview. Oh, there's the assignment. Well, the syllable count is not quite right. So I can give a little bit of feedback to that student. Check your syllable count. Good use of sensory language. And then I can send that to the student. I'm going to close the preview. And then I'm going to return it to the student. So I sent the comment. Now I'm going to return the assignment back to them. And now I go back to the student view. So the student, I'm going to refresh that view. And you can see now I don't have that take back or copy to portfolio. It's now in my hands. I can click on it and I can edit this if I want as a student. So as a student, I can make, I'm just going to change this to bold because I don't want to bore you with the details of my revised haiku. File, exit. And so I've made some changes. I'm going to hit turn in. I can send a comment back. How important is it to have exact syllable counts? And I can hit send and then turn it in. And now, all right, so student view is now ready to go. I've handed it in. Now, as the teacher, you're also probably talking with the kids in class, I would hope, about their assignments if they're handing it in online. I'm going to refresh this teacher view and have a look at the view submission. So I talked to elementary student 2, hey, you're happy with it, everything's good, you're handing it in, I'm going to do my sort of more of a summative assessment. So I've done a little bit of formative. Now here's the part where you add the summative assessment. And right here I click there and I could say fully meets expectations and hit my check mark. So this is if I could use this language, I'm sure you have something set up in your class, or maybe you have some kind of like a 4 or 5 point scale, or some kind of a check plus, check minus kind of a system that, or sort of set up for your summative types of assessments. So now that when I add this comment, you can see now it's been locked. And so now the assignment has gone through the cycle of formative assessment. Now it's summative assessment. Now the student has handed it in and can do one last thing where they can copy to the portfolio. Also, as the teacher, I can also copy this to the portfolio as well for the student. So if I click on that, adds more detail. If I click on copy to portfolio, and I can do that for the student, or the student can do it themselves, of course. One thing to note is that these comments will be embedded in the portfolio. However, this summative assessment will not be shown on the portfolio. So if I click on copy to portfolio, I say OK. This will get copied to the student portfolio, and again, these comments will be there, but this one will not. Now it's going to the portfolio. There it is. So here's the final version of it. There's the 2 comments that we had that little back and forth, but you'll notice there's no fully meeting expectations comment here in the student's portfolio. So there you go. There's the back and forth between student and teacher in the assignment section. I think it will be very helpful for students if they're doing some type of project and they want to get some feedback throughout the process of completing that project. I think this can be a really helpful tool in that regard. Thank you.